Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Tanya Nguyen, and I'm an assistant professor of psychiatry in the Stein Institute for Research on Aging at the UC San Diego School of Medicine. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the gut microbiome and how we as researchers are studying it to understand its role in physical and mental well being in older adults. But first, what is the microbiome? Microbes live on every habitat on Earth and on other living organisms. Any habitat that contains microbes can be considered a microbiome. Of course, the human microbiome has attracted immense scientific attention from the medical research community within the last decade. Communities of microorganisms inhabit different regions of our body. Just as there are different parts of the world that have distinct landscapes of organisms, such as plants and animals that are uniquely characteristic of that place, different parts of our bodies have distinct communities of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. The microbes on our bodies make us who we are. Each of us consists of about 30 trillion human cells, but we harbor as many as 100 trillion microbial cells. But we're more than just cells. Part of what makes us human is our DNA. The human genome contains about 20,000 genes, but our bacteria harbor anywhere from 2 to 20 million genes. So the bacterial genome dwarfs the human genome by about 100 to 1. So any way you look at it, we are, in a way, more microbial than human. Of the many distinct environments inhabited by microbes, the gut has the greatest microbial biomass, with over 1,000 different bacterial species. These different microbes have different kinds of function, anything from digesting food, metabolizing drugs, to regulating the immune system. And they have involvement in different kinds of diseases. Scientists have started to realize that many of the chronic diseases of modern life are associated with systemic inflammation and gut dysbiosis, a loose term that implies an unbalanced, unhealthy microbiome. Many age-related and inflammatory diseases, including diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease, are all associated with the gut microbiome. And these same disorders have also been shown to be related to COVID-19 complications. Even though we've currently suspended all in-person clinical research due to the pandemic, we are still continuing to conduct as much research as we can remotely, which includes collecting biological and environmental microbiome samples from healthy older adults and people with serious mental illnesses. We hope to understand the factors that contribute to successful or accelerated aging in these groups. We also want to know if we can use information from the microbiome to predict COVID-19 infection, symptom severity, and disease prognosis. We've been partnering with the American Gut Project through the Microsetta initiative, which is the world's largest crowd-funded citizen science project hosted right here at UC San Diego. The American Gut Project enables people to learn about their own body's microbes, while also contributing to the greater scientific effort to learn how the human microbiome is associated with various aspects of our health, from diet to the amount of alcohol someone drinks, to whether or not someone has a mental health disorder or inflammatory bowel disease. Because all data is de-identified and freely available, researchers from all over the world can access the data to ask questions about the microbiome and how it can be connected with a variety of health and lifestyle factors. The links to the American Gut and Microsetta initiative are in the text of the description associated with this video, if you're interested in learning more and participating. Aging is associated with a number of clinical and physiological changes that directly interface with the gut microbiome and can enhance susceptibility to disease. For example, older adults have higher prevalence of various medical conditions, exposure to multiple medication, including antibiotics, and elevated markers of inflammation. Additionally, the aging gastrointestinal or GI tract is subject to a variety of changes, including impaired dentition and salivary function, decreased stool motility with constipation, and other dietary modifications. So, together, these factors may contribute to changes in the microbiome of older adults and may lead to increased risk of infectious diseases. COVID-19 is notorious for striking harder in older adults. It's not quite clear why some people are affected more than others, but an interesting question that we and other scientists are looking to answer is whether the health of the gut microbiome may be related to the severity of disease. Even though COVID-19 is primarily a respiratory disease, the receptor that the virus attacks in our bodies, known as the ACE2 receptor, is present not just in our lungs, but in our GI tract as well. Recent studies have found that a proportion of patients with COVID-19 also have GI symptoms like diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. And the coronavirus can be detected in the stool of some patients with disease. So, this points to the possibility of involvement of the gut microbiome. A recent unpublished study suggests that the gut microbiome may predict severity of COVID-19 disease. These scientists quantified a number of protein markers in the blood and created a risk score that predicted progression to severe disease. This risk score was associated with inflammatory markers and with a core set of bacteria in the gut. Another study found that patients with COVID-19 have altered gut microbiome with decreased bacteria such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which are two kinds of bacteria typically considered anti-inflammatory, and they are commonly found in probiotic formulations. So, what can we do about this? Taking care of our gut health through diet and exercise may favor a robust immune system and indirectly increase our ability to fight infectious disease, including COVID-19. Research has shown that diets rich in fiber are associated with a highly diverse and balanced microbiome. We've all heard of fiber, but what is it? Fiber is composed of long chains of sugar that are too complex for our own digestive tract to break down. The bacteria in our gut microbiome are specialists in fermenting fiber. And in that process, they produce what we call short-chain fatty acids that are anti-inflammatory and help nourish and heal the cells lining the gut. Fiber is found in a wide range of plant sources, such as fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, and nuts. So including these foods in your diet can balance and diversify the microbes in your gut. Studies also continually point to the Mediterranean diet as anti-inflammatory. The foundation of the Mediterranean diet is plant-based, with moderate amounts of seafood, poultry, dairy, and eggs. In contrast, red meat is eaten only occasionally or sparingly. Supplementation with probiotics and prebiotics may also help regulate the immune system through the microbiome. Certain strains of bacteria are known to exert activities that empower the immune system. Studies have also suggested that probiotics and prebiotics may improve mood and behavior, including depressive and anxiety symptoms. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. I hope it was informative and educational about the gut microbiome and its potential role in human disease. And hopefully it got you thinking about ways you can take action to improve your gut and overall health by optimizing exercise and dietary habits.